Everyone, welcome to another beautiful time on this space. Remember, from data confusion to data confidence. And right about now, we'll be learning a very important Excel tool or hack known as Flash Fill. It's found on the data ribbon, right? And this is its Flash Fill. Flash Fill helps in data manipulation and data cleaning on Excel. It is very, very good that you might not really want to consider text using the text to column Excel tool for cleaning or manipulating data on Excel, but would want to consider Flash Fill. And this is based on different criteria. It's actually dependent on different criteria. So instead of getting to use text to column, you might want to consider Flash Fill for manipulating and cleaning your project on Excel, depending on what you're looking for. So I have a worksheet right before us, right? And I'm considering using the flash fill to clean this sheet. As a matter of fact, my interest is on column D. Column D is where my interest lies on. And I would want to extract these names. Two, as we can all see, two names, or rather two words that are conjoined together. I would want to separate them. I want to split them. So you could actually call flash fill a splitting or a conjoining tool. We'll see about the conjoining later on, but for the splitting, that's what we'll be doing. And my concentration is on column G. We have two words joined together. So I'll be splitting these words without using the text to column. Text to column is also for splitting, but this I'll be using my flash fill to split everything on column G. All right, so first thing we'll do is to create or insert a column in front of your choice column or row, depending on what you intend to do. So in front of that choice column, insert a column. So I've inserted one. Now the next thing to do, right, is to type regularly. You're not imputing any formula. You're not using if the equal to Signal Excel. Oh, I want to do something. No, you just go with whatever you're doing, and Excel will get the sign that this is what you intend to do. So let's follow through with what I have on ground. So yes, I have solutions and I have engineer. And before now, I already made mention of the fact that we're splitting these names into two. Or yeah, into two because there are two words joined together, so it's into two. So if there are three words joined together, I could say I want to split them into three, depending on what I want. But from this splitting, I'm not just interested in just splitting them into two. I'm interested in getting the first name, the first name on each cell, first name on each cell. So the first name on this cell, on cell D2, is solution. So I'm going to type it exactly. I'm not putting any formula. I'm going to type it, give it the same font size and everything as it is on D2. So let's go. Solutions, solutions, and the next one, still same solutions, same thing. The next one, data. Now, if you noticed, if you noticed, there's a grey write-up that came as I was typing the third row. So this is actually you telling Excel or writing in Excel in any of the boxes and telling Excel, oh, I'm interested in this um, column, right? And I'm writing what I want from that column. So please detect and help me pull out all other information from the said column. And that is how it works. So if you notice, immediately I wrote solutions, it took notes. Solutions for the second cell, it took notes. The third cell, I wrote data, I'm not done. I was not even done. The gray write-up came up. So what you do in this light is just to use the enter key, and everything comes up. I'm going to tap on the enter key, and you see it, everything comes up. So it's loading. Immediately it loads. I'm going to show you how many cells we have that we just treated within the space of, let's say, um, 2 to 5 minutes since I've been talking and I'm trying to explain. But I know if I'm not explaining, I'm doing any of those, I should be able to get this data treated within the space of 2 minutes or 1 minute, depending. So I'm going to be showing us how many we just treated. We treated over 130 something thousand cells using this simple hack. Very simple. Yours is just to highlight or write out whatever you need, you're interested in, and do the needed. So for this one, I'm interested in the first word of each of the conjoined words together. And that is how I did it. You could write, could be after the second word, every other one will pop up. It could be after the third, it could be after the fifth, but it's surely going to pop up if you are writing and giving Excel what it's saying. Another thing you should notice while writing or while trying to get this done, it's important to create the column, right? The column by the side of the next by the side of the data or column of interest. So you cannot do this and go and do it on column A. No. It's very important that while working or while trying to use flash fill, you should insert the column or a column or the columns or whatsoever by the side of the column of interest. Very important. Please take note. You cannot work on this column on column A. It's very important that it is by the side to get the accurate information. So this for this. I just got the first words on each of the cell. So I'm going to be clearing all of this to get the second. My interest now is on the second. I'm not interested on the first. I want to do that on the second. Now, why I'll be going before I go into this, right? I also love us to know that this could actually be used to work on data that doesn't have first and last name, but both of them are conjoined together, and you would really want to separate both names. You really want to classify the names into first, last, or even other names without stress. This is one very good way to go about it. One very good way to go about it. So let's go right into it as I plug out or remove the second name, or get to separate the second name from column D from each cells. All right, so I delete all the information there, right, and type in engineer, engineer, next engineer. So obviously it didn't show, but we'll continue to it gives us a highlight or a hint of what we want. You have to just be patient. Engineer, engineer too. You have a long way, all right. The next one is scientist. Let's see how it goes. So immediately I just wrote in the S. You see the way it popped up, the gray, it didn't really come out, but you can see all this light up came out almost immediately. So I don't need to start dragging. If I drag, it's going to spoil it. It's going to just autofill. And autofill, we didn't put in any formula, we didn't do anything. It's just going to go through till the end, scientist, right? But now we need the exact second name or second word attached to column D. We want to split it out. We don't need the autofill. We don't need to use this. No, we are not using that. So immediately it shows this green and you're seeing the write-ups and they're accurate. What you just click on it, enter, and Excel does the job and separate it. Now I'm going to be showing us from start to finish. You see it, everything, everything is in order. Everything is in order. It is deliberately giving us the last, even for the ones that have three or four words coming together. It's deliberately giving us the last words of interest. Now, in as much as this is a very good and effective tool, right, it also has a lot of constraints. It has a lot of constraints. And like we just saw just now, it picked the last word, right? Last word out of three words conjoined together, out of three words conjoined together, out of four words conjoined together. It was just interested on the last word since that was the input you got from the very beginning. So it has a lot of constraints. You might need to be very careful trying to figure out how to go about using flash fill, depending on the circumstance, depending on the data or project you are working with. Now, I also told us that flash fill, I think at the beginning of this talk, I also let us know or told us about the fact that flash fill could also do double the tool of concatenating. I mean, could also act as a concatenator, right? Instead of getting to use the formula, put equals to concatenate, blah 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 blah, and all that. We could just easily concatenate by just doing the same procedure, joining two words joining two figures or a word on a figure, whatever you want to do. And Excel does the magic within a few seconds. You get your data on point. Yes, it's so easy, very easy peasy, very easy peasy. So I'll be going right into it for us to see that, right? Excel is really amazing. Seriously, Excel is amazing, and if you get to know how to utilize Excel, it will be very easy for you to manipulate, clean data, do whatever you want to do on Excel with ease. Yes. So I'm going to teach us how to go about using Flash Fill on Excel as a concatenator. Now we are not using formula. We just did this without using text to column, and there was no formula attached to it. So you're going to be using that for Excel. We're going to be using Flash Fill as a concatenator in this data. So right about now, my interest is on column B and C. Column B and C is my interest. I want to concatenate these two data together and see the output or the result, right? So I'll have to create space. Remember, when using Flash Fill, whatever you're going to be doing or whatever data of interest or column of interest you intend to use, you have to create or insert another column by the side of it, not far. We cannot use where our interest is on B and C and we are trying to use that of A. No, it doesn't work that way. So we have to create um, another column by the side of the columns of interest we tend to use. So let's go. I'm going to insert, right? After inserting, I type like the other one I did, but this time I'm not segregating, I'm not splitting. I'm trying to bring together, I'm trying to conjure. So let's go. SE and FT, let's do it. You are imputing exactly. If you're going to be using, if I now use SEFT like this, sorry, without caps, it might not really give me what I want. It might not give me what I want. Oh, it did, but it now changed everything, right? But I would prefer, rather, I would advise that whenever you're going to use this Flash Fill, it's important you use the exact um, um, font font manipulation, whether be it caps lock, small letter, whatever, but just use the exact for your own safety, for you to be sure of what you are giving. In as much as this is correct, if I get to place enter, it's okay. But I really don't want it in this type. I want it to be capital letter. I'll have to do this. I have to do it the way it is. So let's go. Let's click on it and delete. Now SEFT SEFT MIFT. This is what I want. Click on enter and it does the magic for us. So this is really a very good hack on Excel that I think everybody needs to know to make your work, your projects on Excel very easy, like very, very easy. Remember, we just use Flash Fill to separate or split cells and also use um, Flash Fill to concatenate and conjoin cells together, cells of interest together. All right. So I hope we learned one or two things from this. Please also note that flash fields should be used on projects that that um, would not be having any issues. Now, reason why I said this is what we experienced while separating and splitting cells formally. When we splitted the cells, we actually told the cell, right, that, oh, okay, please, I need engineer from this. What about if we have four cells like this conjoined together? Right? Like this is a four words conjoined together. I should be expecting it to bring out machine, but instead it went for the last word scientist. So in cases where you know that walking through the cell is not going to give you exactly what you need, please kindly go for text to column. Right? I already made mention of the fact that whenever you're using this cell, you use it while you're trying to get to separate or to bring together first name, last name, other names, or even wanting to create an email address. Now, if you want to create an email address with this, it's very, very easy. So I want to create an email address with this one on column B. This is what I would do. Again, I insert a column, a new column, and I just click SEFT, right? SFT at gmail.com, right? That's first one. S Okay, let's Twitter. Seft at gmail.com, right? See, it's every other one has come out. So I just click on enter. So you could actually use this flash fill to create email addresses. You could use it to do a lot of things. But it's important that you also take note of what project you're working on so you don't get um, issues along the way. I hope this helps us. Until I come again next time, thank you and God bless. And do well to talk to us in the comments.